Hello everyone, what's happening? This is Forgo, and Netmarble decided to drop these details on us a day earlier than usual, which is pretty funny, those peckers. So I had that video made about Thane, and I already made it, and then right after I made it, I went to work, and then this here showed up in the forum. So yeah, sneaky peckers. So I'm not going to read through all of this stuff. We're just going to go through it a little bit. Nothing's really changed about the heroes. Dazzler and Thane still coming. Black Bolt and Medusa got their uniforms. Nothing really major. As far as Thane, the one thing that is nice is that we're going to be able to acquire him completely for free in the normal pass, in the future pass for free, like what they did with Red She-Hulk. That's freaking great. Everybody can get this character for free. So that's a lot better. That definitely softens the blow compared to having two paywalls. So I'm actually really happy about that. I think that's awesome. Unfortunately, they didn't change any of his skill effects. Now, that doesn't mean he's bad. I mean, he's decent. He's a pretty decent character. We'll see how much better he's going to be in the actual update as far as, on our actual accounts. But, because we'll have better stats, better cards maybe. So we'll see. I don't know. But I was really kind of hoping they would jump him up a little bit, give him a little bit more all defense down. It'd been really nice if this was up to 60% at least. But it is what it is. He's still a pretty decent character. However, for a player like me, he's probably going to sell on the shelf, which really sucks, man. I think Thane's really cool. And then we have Dazzler, and I know a lot of people were kind of hoping she was going to be the future pass because she has a lot of utility. She's a really great character. But unfortunately, she is a X-Gene sub. It doesn't bother me that much. Netmarble's got to make money, so of course they got to have one sub, and they're going to make a character like her that's probably, well, I mean, honestly, she's been around longer than Thane. She's actually been in comics a lot longer than Thane, but since Thane is Thanos' boy, maybe he's more popular, but I don't know, man. She's been in comics since around 1980, I think, so she's been around for a long time. But she's just an amazing character. Something to note is whenever, I didn't even show this in the last video because I wasn't aware of it at the time, but when I did that video about her, I didn't realize that whenever you play her in World Boss, if you use her third skill and switch to another character, and that character's in that circle that she shows up with her third skill that she brings up, they actually get the heal and the attack buff from her. That's crazy, especially for Inhumans. Or not for humans, but for mutants that get that extra 65% damage dealt to boss types. That's crazy. Wow, wow, wow. That's crazy. They get this effect and they can get that buff from her third skill. I mean, you might have to tag in and out, but that's really cool. I mean, they kept everything pretty much the same on her. That's fine with me. She's a really good character. It wouldn't have hurt my feelings if they put a little something in here, but everything looks pretty much the same. And then we have Tier 3 Black Bolt. Everything's pretty much the same on Black Bolt here. Looks like, they didn't change anything compared to the APK. Still got that crazy 65% increase of all attack. The chain hit damage by 25%. He still has the heal, the attack buff by 40%. I mean, he's still stacked. He's got the ignore defense that goes up to 50%. It's a real shame they didn't put that up because what that means is more than likely, I don't know this for sure, but more than likely, he'll have to be Tier 3 to really shine so he can get that extra 70% all defense down. 50% really isn't that much, and it starts off at 4.5. That's really not that good. It would have been a lot better if this was started off at 10, 12, 15%. They would have been way better. Even if it just went up to 50%, they would have been way better. But, I mean, it is what it is. He's still an amazing character. This guy can cap out Universal Day with a rage, of course. You're not going to do no CTP of energy, but I mean, ABX, when it comes to ABX, it's pretty much rage territory, except for someone like Cable. But man, he's insane. The fact that he can do that, that's crazy. However, we got Captain Marvel and we have Odin. A lot of people just Tier 3 Odin for that reason. So I don't know. We'll see about all that. And then we have Medusa. Now they did a little something for Medusa. Everything's pretty much the same, except for her awakened skill. And we'll get to that in a second, but everything's the same. She still has her increased damage out to supervillain types by 45%. That applies to Inhuman allies. It's actually pretty cool that at Tier 1, she still gives that to you by 35%. That's actually pretty cool. Probably if you have this uniform, that's actually kind of cool. But I mean, you really should tier 2 her. Even if you don't awaken this character, that uniform is really going to make her way stronger than what she was before. And so will Black Bolt, to be fair. And the new looks for Miss Marvel and Iceman will be added soon. So that's probably going to come in another mid-month patch, more than likely. Skills are all level 6. Yeah, 2 uniforms will be on sale. Then we see all the level 70s now. We can take it with level 70. Obviously, tier 3 here. Pretty cool. And then Black Bolt's Awakens, or not Awaken, is tier 3. You know, has this all defense down stacks of 70%. It still would have been nice if they jumped that up a little bit. But, man, he can put out the damage. He really can. Really can. Really strong. And then we have Medusa. Now, this is pretty freaking insane. So they added, well, what they actually did is they changed her all defense down. This did not work in World Boss before. It does now. This works in World Boss, and this starts off at 20%. So I might be changing the rotation just because of that. We will see, but it lasts for 10 seconds, which is wonderful. And you could probably do some real cheekiness now with her Awaken skill, having that all defense down. Even after you do the Awaken skill, you'll be able to do another rotation afterwards with your 4 and 5 and, you know, put out some pretty good damage, man. This is really going to bump her up quite a bit. Medusa was already very freaking strong without that. And that's really just going to, oh, it's going to bump her up so much more. That is freaking sweet. I'm loving it. Everything else looks pretty much the same as far as I can tell. So I'm loving it. Oh, they did give her a little extra attack. They give her a little extra 5% attack. That's nice. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. So she's going to be a little bit stronger than what she was in the APK. And then Transcend Potential added. Yes, we know all about this. You know, you got to use 100 red crystals and 200 Mandalay gems. Take a character to transcend them after you awaken them. That's kind of cool. I guess. It's not really that much material. It doesn't really bother me. And then all these characters right here, you really should be trying to take up to level 70 so you can get their gears up to 25. However, if you don't have the bios, if you don't have the resources, probably not. You probably want to focus on certain characters like Beta Ray, obviously, although a lot of people aren't probably getting through the epic quest. Amadeus Cho would be excellent. He's freaking insane. With his Awaken skill, he's nuts. He's nuts without it. Dr. Octopus is also a great one. We'll see how Blue Dragon, we'll see how the Warriors of the Sky are. I think Red Skull would actually be really good as well. So no matter which way you go, you're going to be doing good. Mystique obviously is going to be a top one to go for. Really, if you're concerned about ABX, Mystique and Dr. Octopus would be the two you really want to have to get them up to level 70 so you can get their gears up to 25. And then you got the rebalancing, of course. You know, they changed some of the effects on the Awaken skills because they're adding stat bumps. Makes sense. You know, you got to balance them out. That's fine. As long as they're stronger after you transcend them compared to what they were before, which is the idea of what Netmarble was trying to do, it'll be fine. Here's the discount for 21 and 25. Really great. Some compensation. If you already have your characters up to gear 25. Really cool, really cool. The portraits changed. Now you got a little purple icon, a little purple border around Awakened characters. That's pretty cool. I actually like that. It differentiates them from tier 3s. And then here's the new Future Pass. So you have all these little goodies if you're willing to spend the money. However, you will get 30 of those Thane biometrics. That's fantastic, in my opinion. I think that's great. I really do think it's awesome that they're going to allow us to get him for free. Although I know, I haven't said it earlier, but I know a lot of you wanted Dazzler. But for you Thane fans, hey man, congrats. That's freaking awesome. I think it's great. I love it. The Future Pass will apply immediately upon purchase and cannot be refunded. And then they got a little speed up process for the Future Pass. I actually really like this because if you do buy it, you can acquire these points a whole lot faster and get to the end a whole lot quicker. And I think that's freaking fantastic. I love it. It's kind of like a little quality of life thing. If you're going to spend money, you should get things quicker. So I really like that. And then they have the little Future Pass acquired. You can turn that on and off, a little insignia, a little sign that shows up on your screen. You can get rid of it. Nice little quality of life change. It's nice. You see the new icons. You got Black Bolt, Hydra, and then you got Thor. These look freaking fantastic. Oh my God, I love them. I love them. If I didn't love Hulk so much, I would definitely be going for one of these. These things are cool. And then they got the new story mode, which is really awesome. The story mode, I didn't even touch on it in the APK, but I definitely plan to whenever I get to play it on my account, man. It really is pretty challenging, very hard, and it is rewarding as well, which is really the thing that this game needs the most, giving rewards to the players. So I'm actually very happy about that. I think that's fantastic. You know, of course, we're going to have first clear rewards, which is great. That's nice. And then we have these little packs here, which is going to allow us to have a chance of getting some goodies like Odin's blessings and so on and so on. I mean, look at this. You have a chance of getting Odin's blessings, mythic Urus, these type enhancements, mega type enhancement, and then a regular normal type enhancement. I think this is absolutely fantastic. You can get level uniform chips, which you guys know that I've complained about this before. I want more ways to farm uniform chips, and I think a lot of people want more ways because we get so many of those uniform kits. So I am very happy to see this, and I really hope Netmarble does more of this. So cool, so cool. And then Biometrics has been added into the story mode, so you can actually farm story mode to get some biometrics. That's great for a player like me. It's not a big deal. I'm not bragging, but I have thousands of those things, so I don't really need that. But the other rewards, I want a chance to get them Odin's blessings. Then you have the, story alternate mode video on and off. You can turn on and off, and you can skip all the crap, more or less, if you want to call it crap. First time, you should really enjoy it. Maybe 2 or 3 times if you really like it, or more if you don't want to watch it all the time. I'll probably end up turning that off, because I just like to get into the action, get it over with. I'm definitely on time restrictions, and this is a very nice quality of life for someone like me, and I imagine for a lot of you out there as well. And then we have the little uniforms. Really nice that you only have to have 3 uniforms, which is great. You got Kamala here, you got Black Bolt, and then you got Medusa. So only 3 uniforms to rank up. Really nice. Epic Quest, a purchase information pop-up message will now appear when purchasing the special offers. Okay. Dimension Shifters count standard has been changed. All right. So Gwynplaine Vulture, what? Gwynplaine Vulture and Inferno will become exclusive heroes in the Dimension shop. Okay. I guess that's cool. I think, weren't they already in there? I thought they were already in there. Well, we'll check that in a little bit. And then you have Scarlet Witch. She's getting a little bit of a rework. They're going to rework her ultimate skill. I don't have her at tier 3, so I'm not really... I believe she actually, when she does her tier 3, she backs up really far away. And then this is actually going to close the distance, which is going to allow you to cancel into your other skills a lot faster, which would make her a whole lot better. So that's fantastic that they're doing that. Hopefully they do more of that with some other characters. I'd really love to see that. And then you have the processing method of buff effect. Pierce, when overlapped with custom gear and skill effects, has been improved. So this is pretty cool. Netmarble's finally addressing something that a lot of the players have been asking about. Does the CTP of Destruction Pierce effect override other Pierce effects, or does it work vice versa? And it says previous method, firstly activated skill effect is applied first. So, okay, so characters that had passives like Quicksilver with his Penetrate passive, or maybe Dr. Doom, Strife, theirs would override the CTP of Destruction Pierce effect. So if you had a CTP of Destruction on characters like that, it was pretty much useless. However, on a character that whenever you use an active skills, like say Thanos or Jean, where they get pierced from their skills, then this would actually, the CTP of Destruction would have maybe come in handy. All right. So improved method, an effect with a higher pierce chance will be applied first. Okay, so whatever pierce effect has the highest percentage, so if you have a 70% chance on a skill and you have a CTP of Destruction on them, it's going to prioritize the 70% pierce. So there's really no need Well, I mean, I guess you could still have it on a character with skills. I guess you could still have it. Say they only have a 5-second penetration, and then you could put a CTP of destruction when that 5-second penetration is not on, and say the CTP of destruction procs, then you still get pierced on the other skills. But if character has pierce in their passive effects, then you definitely don't want no CTP of destruction because it's a waste of the pierce effect from it. Okay. 80% chance to penetrate with invincible effect will be applied first instead. Okay, so improved method and effect with higher pierce chance will be applied first. Okay, and if chances are the same, an effect that can pierce more targets will be applied first. And targets, I believe they're talking about immunity, invincibility, damage immune, those kinds of things. And it says here, example 1, 80% chance to penetrate with invincible effect will be applied first instead of 30% chance to penetrate with invincible effect. Okay, so the higher stat's going to be applied first, which is great. In examples 2, 30% chance to penetrate with invincible, barrier, all damage immune effect will be applied first instead of 30% chance to penetrate with invincible, barrier effect. So the more targets you have, the more different effects you have will be applied first if the same percentage is the same. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So if you got characters that have penetration in their passive, don't put a CTP of destruction on. If you have characters that have penetration in their skills, then it's kind of a maybe, maybe not situation. It really depends. A character like the Phoenix who has penetration for 10 seconds, I wouldn't put one on her. Screw that. You don't need it. For a character that only has penetration for maybe 5 seconds, maybe then you would put a CTP of destruction on them. And then you got some issues and errors that they fixed. Now let me see here something. Let me see something here. I want to look at something real quick. Whoops. So let me look at something here. Okay, you go to the support shop. And yeah, Gwenpool's already in here. These characters that they mentioned are already in here. So I'm not really sure. There's Vulture right there. So I'm not really sure what the hell they're talking about. As far as that being new, it's definitely not new. They were already in the Dimension Mission. So that's kind of effed up. So all in all, I'm really happy with this update. I think it's pretty quality. I'm really happy that we're going to get better rewards from the story. I'm happy that Thane is going to be available for everybody. Everybody can get the character. And that's great. Yeah, maybe he's not as strong as what we want him to be, but still, it's great that everybody can get the character for free. It's a whole lot better than having 2 pay walls. So I'm really happy. You know, we're getting 2 characters that's getting 2 new uniforms that's going to rework with them from the bottom up, going to make them insane. So I'm very happy. Oh, and one more thing I want to touch on real quick. I know I kind of jumped ahead there, but let's go on the maintenance notice here. And we'll just scroll down a little bit. And look how long this maintenance is. This is going to be 10 freaking hours. 10 hours of maintenance. Holy mother of God. And this is Pacific Daylight Savings Time. And I live in Vietnam, so it's GMT +7 for me, which means I'm about 14 hours ahead of these guys. So this is going to be dropping for me at 5 o'clock a.m. in the morning, which is crazy. And then it's going to finish at 3 p.m. in the evening. 3 p.m. So by that time, I'll be on my way to work, which really blows donkey butt. So as soon as this thing gets released, I'll be heading to work. So more than likely, I'll probably have a late video. So a little heads up for all of you. Man, that sucks. Jesus, 10 hours. Holy mother of God. And then they're having a little 2-hour maintenance period here. And this explains a little something in the KOF forum as well, because they're both owned by Netmarble, and they're doing a little 2-hour or 2 or 4 hour update. And I believe this is why the entire Netmarble is going to be shutting down for 2 to 4 hours. It says 2 hours here. It was showing 4 on the KOF forum. I don't know. It's probably 2. I'd say more than likely that's probably right. And just 8 hours for the rest of the time to change everything in the game with the new story mode. That's a lot of content. But hopefully this will make a lot of things more stable, make it a lot better. We'll see what it does, but man, 10-hour maintenance, that's crazy. So again, all in all, I'm really happy with this update. It does suck. We have a 10-hour maintenance. Oh my God, that's crazy. So let me know how you're all feeling about the update, whether you think it's a good update or a bad update, if you think it's just okay. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.